Hello. Before I let you get into planning out your week, I wanted to just spend a little time explaining where we have got to in the last few weeks of this module and how this material relates to what comes next. At the start of the module, just after you had been introduced to the basics of Python programming, I gave you an exercise to do on analysing some data that had been notionally generated by performing an experiment. We then wrote programs to calculate various statistics from this data. In particular, we learned how to write computer programs to calculate the mean. From the data, we learned how to write computer programs to calculate the number of times we'd seen a particular result. And last but not least, we learned to sort the data and plot a cumulative probability distribution function. In the last couple of weeks, we have left these ideas behind and instead considered probability theory and how to generate various types of random variables, in particular the random variables that are indicated on this slide. These probability distributions have probability mass functions that tell us how likely we are to get a particular result when we generate random variables from these distributions. Notice that all these probability mass functions are functions that of a small number of parameters. This is important because in the next few weeks we're going to start connecting these two domains of knowledge, the statistics and probability theory. And in particular, what we want to do is we want to learn how we can generate a large number of random variables from a particular distribution and then estimate the parameters of the distribution that was sampled. In the programs that we will write, this will seem a little pointless as we know what the distribution is in advance, as we will have programmed it. Learning how to estimate the parameters of a distribution by sampling is important, however, as the results of experiments are essentially samples from some underlying distribution. If we thus want to say anything about the parameters of the distribution that we are sampling when we do these experiments, we have to use the methods that we will study over the next few weeks. I hope that is reasonably clear and that it will become more clear as you work through the exercises that I have set for this week and in subsequent weeks. Good luck.